Ever found an image that just looked so right you couldn't stop staring? Even science doesn't have an answer as to why we can't tear our eyes away from these oddly relaxing videos and images. But you're not here for science, you're here for satisfaction. So sit back and enjoy a few prime examples of perfect work that will satisfy your soul. Watching this giant bulldozer flawlessly roll up a huge burrito of sticky clay scratches an itch that I didn't know I had. The Collins Earth Mover is pushing rolls of clay on this construction site towards an excavator for loading into trucks. The clay will then be mixed with cement and used on another portion of the building site. Satisfying and functional. Do you spice? The markets in Marrakesh are famous for their wide range of spices, but it's how they shape the ground produce into impeccable cones that provides inexplicable inner peace. Annoyingly, most of cones that look this flawless are too good to be true. Market tenders often use a small amount of product scraped over a cardboard conical base to really stand out amidst the hundreds of other stalls. Either way, I hope they don't have too much wind in Marrakesh. No dodging this. Now this is car porn if I ever saw it. A Georgian car club hosted a meetup for its Dodge Challenger owners in 2016, and the 76 who turned up decided to get creative about their commemorative photo. This tapestry of Challengers is one long Tetris-looking masterpiece, as well as showing off how great their parking abilities are. Is it just me, or is anyone else craving Skittles right now? Whole latte satisfaction. Despite what it looks like, this isn't a new hipster latte trend. This layered coffee gradient is the result of hot espresso being added to milk at a specific speed. It creates an interaction between the density of the different liquids and their temperatures, causing the drink to separate into separate layers of different densities. However you want to look at it, that is an undeniably satisfying beverage. Huaxi Village. In a communist state of China, you'd expect nothing more than perfectly uniform living arrangements. But despite looking like a socialist oasis on the surface, Huaxi Village is actually a capitalist corporation. Formed in 1961 by former Communist Party leader Wu Renbao, the village was designed as a model of Chinese communism to be displayed to the world. Residents here can enjoy an incredibly high quality of life, but the trade-off is that you have to work 7 days a week, and if you want to leave, you lose all your life savings. No wonder the place looks so pristine. Perfect plantations. For other people who get stressed out by the disorder of nature, take a look at these perfectly organized tree plantations. And plantations such as these, space between the trees differs depending on what the trees will be harvested for. Orchard trees typically aren't spaced too close together as any canopy overlap reduces fruit growth, like these almond crops in California. But harvesting them for timber means trees can be planted closer together, like these snug eucalyptus trees in Brazil. Now that's what I call natural order. Schönbrunn Park trees. Perfectionist paradise does exist, and it's in the tree-lined Schönbrunn Park of Vienna, Austria. Here, the park's 30 kilometers of trees are sculpted and trimmed using specialist frames, allowing them to reach the very top of each tree. In the spring, these are carved into magnificent, identical arches, but in the winter, the bare branches reveal they've been sliced so cleanly they look like a rendering issue. Can I buy this feeling as a drug? Wood truck. How much wood can a wood truck truck if a wood truck could truck wood? Well, that depends on how much of a perfectionist he is. These trucks, for example, were spotted out on the roads making the most out of their gas by tessellating each log perfectly in their load, like a giant wooden jigsaw. But contrary to popular internet clickbait, this guy appears to be a total fraud. He stuck slices of logs on the truck's gate only to give the illusion of satisfaction. What a tease. Produce displays. Whole Foods is known for giving its vegetables more appeal by displaying them in satisfying wall-to-wall arrangements that use symmetry and color coordination. It's a more environmentally friendly way of increasing sales by natural design. But that's just the tip of the iceberg lettuce, when you compare it to the colossal vegetable mandalas people have created around the world. This god-tier example is from Sydney's Tomato Festival, where horticulture meets incredibly pleasing art. It's raw goodness in more ways than one. So much soda. Arranging your store sodas by color? That's cute. Arranging them shelf by shelf like a giant sparkling horizontal rainbow? That's some next level satisfaction right there. Melons. There's 2 layers of satisfaction to this image. Not only are the melons stacked to fit perfectly in the trunk of this pickup like a deliciously tropical pyramid, but this photo was also taken in Giza, Egypt, the home of the pyramids. Sometimes life imitates art. Christmas is lit. Some people know how to have a truly perfect Christmas. Every year, Bob and Julie Little from Bloomington, Minnesota cover their front yard oak tree in 39,000 lights. From trunk to tip, every branch of this huge tree is covered in the Christmas spirit, making dreams of perfectionists everywhere come true. Liquor lover. If you're running a busy bar, you instinctively need to know where all your liquor is. Or you can take that organization to the next level like the guys at the Firebirds Woodfire Grill chain have. Not only does this arrangement keep the space tidy, but the Tetris-like layout is so fundamentally pleasing you can imagine patrons hanging around for another drink just to look at it. Come for the shots, stay for the satisfaction. Perfect pitch. Groundskeeping hardly seems like the most exciting of jobs, but a little imagination can really spice it up. Groundsman Neil Wood of Scotland's Brecon City Football Club spent 6 hours covering the Globe Park pitch with these wonderfully intricate geometric shapes back in July 2019. He achieved the whole feat using nothing more than his ride-on lawnmower and a vague plan in his head, starting from the outside and working his way to the center. There's no other way to describe it other than pitch perfect. Fisherman net throw. Fishermen often boast about getting the perfect catch, but not many of them would be able to compete with this stunningly perfect net throw. A cast net works by splaying out in the air and sinking over a portion of a seabed using weights incorporated into the rim. Fish are then caught as the net is hauled back in. Somehow this mesmerizing technique continues to be satisfying underwater as well. Unless you're a fish, obviously. Lavender fields. And now for some images of satisfaction you can also smell. These are the famous lavender fields of La Provence, France. Grown in dry scrublands, this place is one of the world's main sources of the fragrant flora. They're planted in pleasingly neat hedgerows like this for drainage purposes, as they prefer sandy, scrub-like soil, as well as the layout providing easy access for their farmers. A typical harvest of this region usually hauls in about 1,380 tons of purple produce. That's nothing to sniff at. Stretchable paper. There's something about watching a masterpiece unravel that is impossibly pleasing to watch. These stretchable paper sculptures by artist Li Hongbo do just that. Made from vast amounts of specially designed concertinaed paper, these statues can be dragged into all manner of twisting shapes before being placed back into the original marble-like form. The Chinese paper master usually spends 4 to 5 months creating each bust or sculpture, filing down individual stacks to fit on top of the previous one he's already made. Once stacked, the sculpture is ready to be pulled around like some kind of bizarre taffy. I think I just achieved enlightenment. Sandwich construction. Sometimes satisfaction lies in a well-oiled, or in this case, well-buttered machine. Reddit user VapeChef posted this video of his team titled, "Busting out 500 sandwiches in an hour." Even though the entire process filmed in this video is satisfaction incarnate, I think you and I can agree that those are not sandwiches. At best, that's a cold burrito construction line. Steam cleaning. Nothing looks better than restoring an item to its former glory, as this steam cleaning company's videos on Douyin will show you. This company's power of wielding a steam cleaner can lift the dirt from almost anything and bring it back to life. From teddies to furniture and even filthy random mats you have lying around your house. Do you think they can use it on my soul? Look, books. Bookshelves are designed to provide order to literary chaos. Some people organize their collection by using every inch of space available. Some go for the more visually pleasing color-coded organization. And then we reach the God tier of satisfaction once again, achieved by creating a giant tunnel of novels that will provide a great home for any avid bookworm. This is the Idiom installation in Prague, a huge Jenga-like cylindrical tower designed to feel like it goes on forever. Who needs bookshelves when you have infinite creativity? Peel-O-Matic. Satisfaction now comes in orange flavor with the all-new Peel-O-Matic. Seriously, this little machine literally does what it says in the name. With an automated blade arm that can skin almost any fruit you put in it, the Peel-O-Matic peels this orange in one rotational stroke and then skins the pith on its way back up. It can be used on almost any fruit your heart desires, even tomatoes. Just don't go putting those in your freshly peeled fruit salad. Rolling oil drums. Sometimes efficiency and satisfaction are one and the same, and this video demonstrates that perfectly. In one impossibly smooth maneuver, the workers of this factory managed to roll oil barrels along the floor with almost minimal effort. The containers are spun upright on their outer rim, making for a perfect arc, letting them roll across the factory floor and into the hands of a colleague who then hoists them onto a conveyor belt. Remember, kids, work smarter, not harder. Perfectly aligned. I love it when a plan comes together. I also love it when everything in that plan lines up perfectly. Like these wine glasses aligned so meticulously they look like they're encasing one another. Or this parking situation that looks like the doorway to another dimension. Forget the stars, your cars are aligned. Wilton cake piping. Now for the icing on the cake. Literally. Wilton cake decorating videos are some of the most beautiful things to watch on the internet, and certainly the most satisfying. This basket weave pattern may look complex, but by using nothing but buttercream and elbow grease, the cake is transformed into a diabetic's dream. Or these amazing 2D tip designs from stars to zigzags and pipe loops. That really puts the edible in incredible. Illusion perfection. At first glance, did this look like 4 images to you? Take a closer look. This is a painstaking made single image composed by artist Bella Bordosi. In 2013, he was commissioned by the band VLP to make a cover for their upcoming album Terrain, and this incredible director took it upon himself to make one of the most chaotically satisfying optical illusions in the business. In the words of Bordosi himself, a good photograph is something that you cannot resist looking at. Mission accomplished. Sinking feeling. Ever managed to make something so wrong it was right? This accidental home plumbing solution might just be one of the funniest and simultaneously satisfying images on the internet. Let's all hope they don't need to fill that sink up anytime soon.